Namaskaram, Vanakkam, and a very warm welcome to Times Now's Election Yatra. I'm Pratibha Chandran, and welcome to another show. Today, we are joining you from the cultural capital of Kerala. We are joining you from Thrissur, and we have an art performance for you, which is synonymous with Kerala. The Kathakali, which was started in the 17th century. In today's political election yatra, we speak about the battle that is playing out in Thrissur. What we're going to see is the LDF that has had a very strong stance here in the last two elections, but the BJP has a lone MP from here as well. But before we delve into the politics of it, let's speak about the history of the place. And of course the Kathakali art form as well, which has stayed in Kerala since the 17th century and has continued with the tradition even today. Kathakali has been the pride of Kerala for centuries together. It started in the 17th century and the tradition still continues. It is of course characterized by the bright makeup and the entire get-up, and it is a form of art that is witnessed in every part of Kerala, symbolizing the rich heritage of the state. So we speak about Kathakali to find out a little more. Thank you so much for joining us on the show. Your society, the Kathakali School Society, we saw a beautiful performance right now, and in fact Kathakali is very famous across Kerala. How did this start? What is the history of Kathakali? And tell us a little more about this.
70 years before the Kathakali start. एक केरला कलामंडलम महाकवि वल्लतोल the support the Kathakali. Our is ex-students of Kerala Kalamandalam. Our institute is in Kathakali School Society in Kerala. He supported about Kathakali, Mohiniyattam and art forms.
And how long does it take to learn the entire art form?
Then Kalamandalam also study in 6 year student in diploma and 2 year PG and 2 year scholarship student. Now he is also in university in Kerala Kalamandalam. Degree, MA, MPhil and PhD is also in start.
Okay, thank you so much for joining us. So we spoke about Kathakali, after which of course we shift our attention to the battle that's playing out as well. Like we said, this region has been a bastion of the left for the 2 assembly elections, but the BJP has a lone MP from here. How are the equations going to change, and where does the Congress party come in all this? We find out in today's episode. Today, the election yatra is in Thrissur, a vibrant city that's known across Kerala as a thriving cultural hub. Known for its deep-rooted traditions and spiritual heritage, Thrissur also acts as a major center for performing arts. It's also home to the Thrissur Puram Festival, one of the largest cultural gatherings across the country. But as Kerala heads to polls, Thrissur is now a battleground for the 3 political forces in the state to establish supremacy. In the 2024 elections, Thrissur turned saffron as well veteran actor Suresh Gopi was elected to the Lok Sabha, making him BJP's first ever Lok Sabha MP from Kerala. No wonder then that the Prime Minister also chose to focus on Thrissur in his poll campaign, where his roadshow with Suresh Gopi drew crowds from across the region. But will the BJP be able to extend their winning run in this region after the recent setback in the local body elections? The entire Thrissur district has largely backed the left in the recently held assembly elections. Not just in the last two elections, but in fact even in 2011, when the Congress party had come to power in this region of Thrissur district, it was the left party that was backed by the people. In the recently held elections as well, the left has managed quite a good victory from here. But they face a very confident and ambitious BJP that won a Lok Sabha seat from here. Suresh Gopi was voted from the Thrissur Lok Sabha seat, and the BJP will want to build on that momentum. But is that going to be easy? Because in the recently held Lok Sabha elections, the BJP won, but in the local body elections, interestingly, it was the left that dominated again, with the BJP being able to only marginally better their performance. So in the assembly elections this time around, what is it going to be? Is it actually going to be the left that will continue its winning streak? Or is it going to be the BJP or the Congress that will pull a surprise? Will be interesting to see. No wonder then that the BJP is going all out in its campaign to ensure Thrissur is back in BJP's kitty. And in the saffron corner is a familiar candidate, the daughter of former Kerala Chief Minister K. Karunakaran, Padmaja Venugopal, set to contest her third straight election from the Thrissur Assembly seat. After two attempts with the Congress, this will be her first election from Thrissur on a BJP ticket. But does she have what it takes to win the trust of the voters? Joining us on Times Now's Election Yatra is a very special guest joining us today from one of the most powerful and influential political families in Kerala, Ms. Padmaja Venugopal. Thank you so much for joining us. There's a big election time and there's a big test ahead of you. You have been in the Congress party for a long time. Your father has been the Chief Minister of Kerala, so you carry with you a big political legacy as well. What are the elections looking like? What are the promises that you're making to the people? We have just a few days to go. How is it looking?
Because this is my hometown.
Yeah.
I think I'm seeing from my childhood there is no development. Nothing is there. So whatever we do, we can see. That means nothing. So I'm promising the people first water and electricity, and there is water problem, so many water problems. I am giving the promise for all. I will give everything to them. After that, we will do development. Otherwise, people won't come here. There is no life after 7 o'clock. Nothing. Family can't go anywhere. No tourism. Nothing. There is so much of possibilities here, but nobody is doing that. Okay. Especially LDF, that means Marxist Party, and Congress came in power, but they didn't do anything.
So who do you see as the main opponent for the BJP? Is it the LDF or you think the Congress party, the UDF? Because they say, and each accuses the other of being a B team of the BJP. They say that there is an understanding that the other party has with the BJP.
So, no, they are not confident in their victory. That's why they are telling we are connection with LDF and all. There is nothing. BJP is very strong here, and both parties are strong here. Both parties are opponent here, but I'm not afraid.
Okay. You spoke about Thrissur being your hometown. You also come with a lot of experience on your side. Let's talk a little bit about what can be expected of the BJP. You came into the BJP in 2024 when BJP was not as strong a force that even it is today. So what made you switch over to the BJP? And, it was a decision that you took 2 years ago. What has changed from then to now for the BJP?
But no, now the BJP is very strong. When I came, it was not like that. But now, especially not from the Hindu community, from other communities also, people are coming to BJP. That's my hope. And party workers are very sincere. That's the first thing I came to BJP. Congress is not like that. They're fighting each other. So I don't want that party. My opponent is also struggling. I can see that. Because I was in Congress from my birth, not only in my age. Because at that time my father was an MLA and he became Home Minister and 4-time Chief Minister and a Central Minister. So I was in the very strong Congress person. But now Congress is going down.
What do you think has changed in the Congress party? You mentioned that once upon a time, and you politically, you have been, from your family, you've been in Congress party, and it was when the Congress party was very strong. What are the changes that you saw in the Congress party then versus now that made you think that enough is enough, I need to switch over?
Nowadays, Congress party is not. Why? Because K.C. Venugopal. K.C. Venugopal. Before that Gandhi family, they are very strong and up to Sonia Gandhi. But after that, Congress is coming down. Now where is the Congress? Only in Kerala and Karnataka. So this time that will also go.
You are saying that the Congress party is not what it was once upon a time, that there were a lot of changes that could have been expected, but they're not doing that anymore. Do you think that you spoke to the Congress leaders while you were in the Congress, since we're talking about what has happened to the Congress party? While you were in the Congress, did you try speaking to the people? In fact, if we speak about just a few years ago in the 2021 assembly elections as well, you had contested on a Congress ticket and it was a very slim margin that you were defeated from, and you said that you didn't have enough support from the Congress. So when you spoke about it, what was the kind of response that you had from the leadership of the Congress?
They are not friendly with me. There is 2 or 3 leaders. They are spoiling Congress in Trichy. So I told them so many times, I have complaints. No. They didn't heard.
You think that BJP is seen as an outsider party, or do you think that it is seen as a party that does not have acceptance?
Last time we don't get any seats, but this time you can see the change. And then next 5 years, BJP will come in power. I am seeing the politics from my childhood. I can see all future and all. Then Congress people were telling the Muslim community, Christian community that Hindu party, they won't help us. So you have to vote for Congress only. That's the main problem. Otherwise, people like BJP leaders, they are friends also. But this propaganda, we are not getting that votes. Nowadays, it will come. It will slowly coming to BJP.
Okay. And what about Rahul Gandhi? Gandhis are also MPs from Wayanad. Now Priyanka Gandhi Vadra. Before that, Rahul Gandhi. Do you think their presence makes an impact in Kerala?
Nothing. They won't come to their constituency. Now slowly people are understanding that there is nothing in that family. They won't do anything. They want only votes. They won't do anything. What done that Wayanad issue, that's a flood and crime. They didn't do anything. They won't come.
Okay, so no impact even.
No, nothing.
Okay. When we speak of Thrissur, one of the key things that come to mind is Thrissur Puram, Guruvayur. So what is your vision for Thrissur? You spoke about the development in the region, culturally as well. It is known as the cultural capital of Kerala.
Yeah. We can connect all these Muslim churches and Christian churches and these temples. Guruvayur is there and Vadakkunnathan is there. Not only for this constituency, Trichy district. Can connect with tourism. There is very good chance in tourism. But nobody is thinking about that.
Okay. In fact, one of the issues that the BJP has also raised is the issue of Sabrimala. Do you think that is going to have an impact in the elections? What is the kind of messaging that BJP wants to give out to the people on the issue of Sabrimala?
It will affect the this government, LDF government. It will affect them because they have no faith in God, and they are telling ladies can enter in there. That's not correct. So they are against, especially BJP. Nowadays it changed to Congress because they met Congress leaders. So everybody knows both are same.
As we come to a close on this interview, I want to just ask you, what is your prediction? Because on one hand, you have LDF, and we are talking about the anti-incumbency. You've spoken about that. But do you think that the Congress party is in a strong position, or do you think that the people of Kerala see BJP as an alternative?
BJP nowadays coming to BJP because they know very much about Congress. They can't do anything. They are fighting, no? You can see in the TV and all. Everybody is so people they have no confidence now in Congress.
Will people see it as a betrayal that from Congress you've come to the BJP?
No.
People know why you've switched.
Yeah, they knows. Everybody knows what happened in Trichy.
Okay, all right, Ms. Padmaja Venugopal, thank you so much for joining us on Times Now's Election Yatra. All the very best to you. And of course, like she said, people have already made their decision, and in just a few days from now, as the results come out, we will know who the people of Kerala support. Thank you so much for joining us. For the BJP, this could be their best opportunity to capitalize on their 2024 momentum to seize Thrissur, even as the region has been dominated by the left in the last few elections. In 2021, it was a near clean sweep for the LDF in Thrissur, and their recent performance in the local body elections is certainly a boost for the alliance. The state of Kerala has a large population of Muslims and Christians, but Thrissur is one district that has about 60% Hindus living here. The BJP is hoping to hold on to this region with its victory in the Lok Sabha elections. In this entire region of Thrissur has, of course, the very revered Guruvayur, but the political rhetoric recently has also been on the Sabrimala issue. Is that going to be an issue that resonates with the people in the elections? We find out. But in this high-stakes battle, where does the Congress fit in? The party hasn't managed to put up a fight in both the assembly or local body elections for the last few years, even if they may have had better results in other parts of the state. So what's the Congress party's strategy to counter this challenge? We find out from one of Rahul Gandhi's closest associates in the Congress party. On Times Now's Election Yatra is key strategist of the Congress Party, senior leader Mr. K.C. Venugopal. We're on his turf in Kerala. We've been covering elections. How are the elections looking for the Congress Party?
Elections are looking very good for the Congress Party and UDF. People of Kerala is ready for a change. They wish for a change. That is going to be reflected in the election results. We will win Arams.
You will win? The left has been saying that BJP and the Congress have a secret deal in Kerala. How do you respond to that?
Including communist and BJP activists. If you ask them, they will tell the real picture. They will tell the real story. Actual deal is between BJP and CPM. Actual deal between Pinarayi and BJP leaders. This is what happened. You can see, verify the candidates of the BJP and CPM. Wherever the BJP stronghold is there, they are putting very weak candidate to make CPM win. This is going to Agra. This is the real story of Kerala.
Okay, so what is the acceptance of the Congress? Do you think it's anger against the Pinarayi government 2 terms, or do you think the Congress is coming up with a change, and do you think Gandhi family also has a huge acceptance here?
All factors will work together. Certainly, there is a heavy anti-incumbency against the government is there. That's why I told people want a change. Along with that, Congress is already giving guarantee for the people. We are giving guarantee for the women. We are giving guarantee for the youth. We are giving guarantee for the senior citizens. We are giving guarantee for the workers. Therefore, this guarantee will work together. Of course, Gandhi family, Rahul Gandhi has a great admiration among the cadre of and the people of Kerala. This all will work together and we will win easily.
Now, who will be the CM face of Congress? There has been a lot of speculation whether there's a tussle. So who is the CM face?
There will be no tussle. There will be no tussle. That decision will be taken according to the practice. Don't worry about it. We are all together. Our only one aim is to win Kerala back. This is going to be happen also.
So, Mr. K.C. Venugopal, are you a CM face? Ramesh Chennithala, V.D. Satish?
I am not looking for any that such type of things. I am for make UDF win. Whatever possible I can do for the UDF, do it. This is what my mission for this election. Thank you.
Is BJP a threat in Kerala? Is BJP a factor? Is it a threat for the Congress?
How can it be? Wherever they have a little bit importance, there itself they are not fielding their candidates. And how can they expect anything? They will not get anything.
Any number you want to put for the Congress? What are the number of seats you will get?
Already 100, minimum 100.
Okay. All the best, sir. Thank you so much for joining us on the show. So there you have it. K.C. Venugopal, the Congress General Secretary and key strategist of the party, going on to say that the Congress is confident of a victory. 100 plus seats is what he has predicted. He says there is no internal discord within the party and it's going to be a change in Kerala. The Congress party appears confident that a huge wave of anti-incumbency will favour the UDF and believes the BJP does not stand a chance in Kerala. But is that what people's verdict is too? We find out as we continue our journey across God's own country. So that was our ground report from the Thrissur district. We hope you enjoyed this show as much as we enjoyed bringing it for you. With that, it's a wrap on this edition of Times Now's Election Yatra. We see you in the next episode.